Hey Guitar Ninjas, welcome to another riff of the week. In today's riff we're going to have a look at a great sweeping exercise to work on those 5-string arpeggios and our sweeping patterns. So in 2021 I've been releasing a backing track, a beginner riff of the week, intermediate and advanced riff of the weeks, all to go along with that backing track. So if you want to check some of those backing tracks out or some of the other videos, please have a look at some of the playlists available. If you're watching this on YouTube, please consider hitting that subscribe button to see when all the other guitar lessons come out, or even better, check out the Guitar Ninja Academy. There's a link in the description where you can watch all of these lessons, loads of courses and playlists, all with tabs, scale diagrams and loads more down below them, and you can sign up for the first few courses absolutely free. So let's jump into having a look at what this sweep exercise is. So as you can see there, we've got 2 minor arpeggio sweeps and 2 major arpeggio sweeps. So the backing track uses a D minor, an A minor, an A sharp or B flat, and a C. So we're going to follow those exact chords using this. So in the beginner riff of the week, we looked at the first 4 notes. In the intermediate riff of the week, we had a look at a full 5-string arpeggio run down. And this one, we're going to have a look at taking those arpeggios all the way down and back up in a full sweeping motion. So if you haven't already watched the intermediate riff of the week, I would advise that you check that one out, as it's going to take you through all of these arpeggios at a far slower rate. We're going to go through these a bit quicker because I'm assuming if you're watching this one, you are an advanced player, or at least at the top end of intermediate, ready to give advanced a go. So our first arpeggio sweep we're going to do is a D minor arpeggio. We're going to come all the way up to 17th fret with our little finger. And we're going to follow the frets down and back up, sticking to 1 finger per fret as best we can. Our little finger is going to always go to the root note. So we're starting here on the D, let's go through it. So we've got the 17th fret on the 5th string, going down 1 string at a time. We've got 17, 15, 14, 15, back to 13. So we've got to do this extra little stretch. And then we're going to hammer on to 17 with our little finger. And all of that is going to be whilst we're doing a sweeping pick motion down. So how do we get that sweeping pick motion? Well, the first thing is we want to point the plectrum in an upwards direction. I actually let a little bit more plectrum stick out when I'm sweeping than I do for other exercises. And I'm going to angle it so it's pointing up and letting the plectrum flick over these strings. So with that motion, this hand needs to keep up. So it's really good to just get used to really slowly letting the plectrum flick over to start with. So with that arpeggio, again, if you need to see it in more detail, check out the intermediate video. But this first one, we're going to go like so. Notice how I let the plectrum flick over the string. I let them ring out a bit there just to help show you what we're doing. That hammer on gives us time to change the hand direction. Notice how it's changing from the wrist, and it's not just me trying to change my fingers. I'm changing from the wrist to then point the plectrum down, to then come back up. And I'm going to hit that string as I take that finger off. So it's not really a pull off, but I don't want to hear this note twice. So there is our D minor arpeggio shape. So again, to go through those frets, we've got 17, 15, 14, 15, 13, hammer onto the 17 as we change the plectrum direction, and then as we come back up, the same frets. So 13, 15, 14, 15, 17. So there is our D minor arpeggio sweep pattern. We're going to follow this exact same pattern for our A minor arpeggio sweep, starting down with our little finger on the root of A, so on 12th fret. So the frets here are going to be 12, 10, 9, 10, 8, and then hammer on to the 12th fret, all whilst doing that plectrum pointing up angle. Then with that hammer on, we're changing our plectrum angle from the wrist, coming back up 8, 10, 9, 10, 12. So that full sweep pattern should look like so. So remember with our sweeping pattern that what we're kind of doing is we're sweeping fairly slowly, and it's the other hand that's got to keep up. This is very much like the two hands are working at completely different speeds. This one's kind of go nice and smooth and flowy, whilst this one's trying to panic to keep up with it. So I would work this hand to this hand's speed. See how fast this hand can do, keep up with it with this one, and then try and build on the speed. If you try and get these fingers to keep up with your sweep and you're going like this, you're really gonna struggle. So I'd see how fast this hand can go with that technique and try and build up the speed more based on your fretting hand than your strumming or picking hand. Okay, so there are two minor arpeggio sweeps. Let's have a look at our two major arpeggio sweeps. So we would have just finished that sweep up on the 12th fret, so we're going to bring that little finger up 1 to 13 and go into our major sweep. Again, this is covered in the intermediate video in more detail. So we're going to go 13, 12, 10, 11, 10, 13. Again with that hammer on, all of those down with a sweeping down pick. Then with the hammer on, we're going to change the pick direction and come back up. 10, 11, 10, 12, 13. So I've gone over that one fairly quickly, but again it is in more detail in the intermediate video. So let's jump on to the last one, sticking to this same major arpeggio sweep shape, but we're going to jump up to the 15th fret, so we're now in C. So for this one we should have 15, 14, 12, 13, 12, hammer onto the 15, change the wrist angle and come back up. 12, 13, 12, 14, 15. Okay? 15, 14, 12, 13, 12, hammer onto the 15, come back up. 12, 13, 12, 14, 15. So they are the 4 different arpeggio sweeps. So if we take those in time, we've got to get quickly from the 17th fret for our D minor arpeggio, down to the 12th fret for our A minor arpeggio, but then it's only up 1 fret for our A sharp major, and then up 2 more to our C major. So this is the 4 sweeping arpeggios thrown in together at a slower pace, and then we'll have a go with the track. So before we jump onto the track, just remember if you're watching this on YouTube to smack that like button and subscribe to check out more of the backing tracks and lesson videos, and check out the Guitar Ninja Academy. If you're watching this on the Academy, remember that you can get yourself those coins and fans by sharing your account and adding friends. Let's jump into the playthrough. So I hope you found this video interesting and helpful. If you did, remember that thumbs up and subscribe. Again, if you're on the Guitar Ninja Academy, you guys are the best. You're absolutely awesome. Please share the love for all the guitar work with your friends, and I will catch you in a new video soon. Bye!